So about AI, the big picture, right now we have three biggest models in AI. Here's OpenAI, the most aggressive one commercial-wise. This is Google Gemini, the original one from London, and this is Anthropic Cloud, the less commercial one. But these three are all the original ones, and they were founded. OpenAI was founded to counter DeepMind, and then Anthropic team left OpenAI to counter OpenAI. So they all want to be the one that is doing good, but I think they're all going very commercial now. Yeah. Okay. And next page. And AI is basically it's performing better than human being for almost all sector now. So AI it is taking over for everything. Yeah. Next page. And this is what I want to show. It's the most important slide. We were talking about it in Harvard University about the model. The green lines are the top models from the US, the frontier models. And then the orange ones are the top models from China. And they are roughly 3 to 6 months gap. So basically every model in the US after it rolled out, 3 months later, the model from China caught up. 3 to 6 months for the last 3 years. Basically, US and China are the top two. All other countries are behind, way behind. And this is the most recent one, ChatGPT, GPT 5.6 release. And then Kimi model 2 weeks ago released. That's roughly 3 months behind. And the most advanced one in the US is IESE, and the talk is a IESE equivalent in China will come out in 3 months. So US, China are very, very close, slightly behind, yeah. And next one. And this is spending, hyperscaling in the US are spending almost $1 trillion per year now for AI model. And next one. Yeah, next one. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, this is what we need. I want to show you right now, there's in the US, the need for new data center computation power gap is 80 gigawatts for the new AI computation power need. Out of that, 10 gigawatts are being currently available, coming online. 15 is under construction, and 55 gigawatts are missing. So right now in the US, there's still a huge gap. I believe Google just announced they're going to build a new data center in Ohio, 10 gigawatt size. So Google is going to fill in another 10, but still after that, still about 45 gigawatts gap. Not enough. Yeah. Okay. And next page, please. And then after this, we talk about Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific is building a lot of data centers now. From here is India, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Malaysia, Japan, Korea, etc. And Australia. They are all building a lot of new data centers. Why? Because you need energy, water, land, and some of chips are only allowed to be exported in Southeast Asia countries. And then also, basically, only American companies and Chinese companies are building super data centers now. From China is Alibaba and Tencent. From US is Amazon, Google, IBM, and Microsoft. So basically, 6 of them are building everything in Asia. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. If we can go to next one. And then, yeah, we can jump through this one. So right now, the big focus in the US for AI is to cut costs, because in America, human cost salary is very high. And in Asia, the big focus increase revenue, because in Asia, the human cost is much lower, salary is lower. So Asian countries do AI to generate more revenue. American companies do more AI to cut down costs, to essentially to lay off people. So that's why you see the difference between US and Asia. Yeah, next, please. Yeah, next one. Okay, yeah. And then I want to mention also about the payment in the US. Stablecoin is very important. That's what we are working on right now. Stablecoin is USDT is 130 billion, and then USDC is 9 billion, and that's the top 7 stable coins, and it's expected that stable coin will hit more than $1 trillion by the end of this year. So a lot more stable coins are being issued, and it's part of the future, and it's related to AI. When we talk about AI, it's about stable coin. Yeah, and next one, please. And there's a survey about 46% companies are already using AI to scale up. 38% are actively looking at it. 16% companies are not using AI. So the majority of companies are already using AI. Yeah. And next one. And then we can jump to the next one to make sure, yeah, we don't use too much time. The next one. And then the latest thing is going from software to hardware. So a lot of robotic companies. That's why I think Professor Zhong talked about robotics. A lot more robotics are coming up because AI is going from software to hardware. Yeah. Okay. And next one. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. And then. Going forward, a lot more countries are going to do more AIs too, because countries want to be in charge, want to be in control. Yeah. And next one, next slide, please. And then regulation, AI countries in China under central control, and in the US, companies are trying to do self-regulation in AI. And next one, please. And we can jump through this. That's how data center now looks like. Yeah. The next one. And then 3 key Asian hubs right now doing AI. One in Singapore, one in Malaysia, one in Indonesia. Singapore is basically the headquarters now for the American technology companies, and also for a Chinese company go to Southeast Asia. Singapore's headquarters. Malaysia has water, has energy, and that's why they have, it's called engine room. Johor area is building a lot of data centers for Apple, for Google, etc. And Indonesia has a lot of population. They generate a lot of data for AI training purpose. Yeah. And next one. And then also AI is going from GPU to CPU and to memory. So they want to memorize everything human now. Yeah. And next one. And this is spending. You can see that AI is increasing spending average 30%. Very, very high growth for AI for spending. And also I think the growth is actually focused or concentrating Asia Pacific. So Asia Pacific, the AI spending is going up a lot. And that's expecting for the next 3 to 5 years, not just this year. So every, it will be a huge growth still in AI. And next one. Yeah, I guess that's, basically you really need to understand the global trajectory of AI to understand the future. Yeah, and next one. I think that's it for me, and thank you for this opportunity, and happy to stay in touch. Thank you.